Okay, guys, we are talking about lines and statements in programming language, especially in C++ programming language. So we can say a line in programming language or in C++ is all of those characters or text that entered before a character return. That means any line in programming language, for example, this is a line in C++, this is another line, this is another line, even this space is another line. It improves the readability of your code. Sometimes you need to do that in order to make your code more readable, more beautiful, or stuff like that. And so this is an example of 4 lines, and this one is empty, just to improve the readability of your code. And we know that each line must be ended up with a semicolon here and here and here. Okay, so this is a line. And a statement, it is an instruction. A statement in programming language is an instruction or a command given to the computer to tell the computer what to do. Like, for example, we are declaring and initializing this variable. This is a variable which its name is num1 and its type is double and its value is 5. This is called a statement. And a statement may contain keyword, operator, and those things you are defined by yourself, and even punctuations. Anything can be contained inside any statement, and a statement may be in 1 line or it may be in 2 lines. For example, the whole thing here is a statement. Okay, those things all together are going to be form a statement up, and they are consisting of 2 lines, this line and this one. And even it can be made using 1 line. We can take this one into the into here or into the above, so they can form 1 line up. So any statement can be a single statement can be in 1 line or more than 1 line. Literal is a value that is written into a program's code. Any value you are writing inside your code, any external value to be inside your code is going to be called a literal or literal. So this is hello comma there, that means it is a literal, but it is called a string literal. Any text inside any programming language is called a string, while this is a number, and this number is called integer. So the texts are called string literal, while the numbers or the number values are called integer literal. Here we have an example. For example, in this program, apples, we have already declared apples, and apples equals to 20, and this 20 is an integer literal. Why? Because it is a number. Here, today we sold is a string literal. Bushels of apples is a string literal as well, and this is going to be the output of the program. And here we got this one is a string literal as well. And this is a class exercise. You are going to do it by yourself. So list all the variables and literal that appears in this program. So int little is a variable which its type is integer. Int big is a variable which its type is integer as well. Little equals to 2. This 2 is literal or integer literal. This big equals to 2000. This 2000 is integer literal. See out the little number is this sentence between those two double quotes is called is called a string literal, while this one, the big number, is also a string literal. This is another one. You can do it by yourself. I think it's pretty easy for you. And from now on we are going to talk about input and output, how to feed the program data, or how to enter a data into your program, and how to get a data from your program. This is input, this is output, and there are special things, special identifiers inside your program in order to do those input and outputs. And the first thing we are talking about the input, how to enter a data to the program, and this can be done using cin object. And this cin is a standard input object, and you can feed the program any value using this cin object. And just like cout, it requires iostream file. You need to include the iostream file, and it's used to read input from keyboard when you are when you want to enter data to the program. You need to use cin, and when you did that, the program asks you to enter a data through your keyboard, and you need to write down those two angle brackets after the cin. So we are going to learn that in the next slide. I think it's a program. Input is stored in one or more variable. Any data you are entering to the program is stored in one variable or more than one variable. Look, here we've got a program. This program asks the user to enter the length and width of a rectangle. It calculates the rectangle's area and displays the value on the screen. Okay, we are including iostream. This is the main function. We need to declare the variable. Okay, this is important. Int length, width, area. Okay, we have got those three variables, and this prompts cout just to make the user clear which data is this user entering the program. And look, we are entering the length here, cin double angle bracket, then the name of the variable, and it must be ended up with a semicolon, and then cin width. Even when the user enters the length, it asks to enter the width as well, and then area equals to length multiplied by width, and then cout this in string literal, and then the area variable. So the program, and returns 0 on the program ends. Okay, so this is going to be the output of the program. So look, cout this one and this one and this one, and then what is the length of the rectangle. So when this appears, the user enters 10, or you are entering the 10 and then pressing the enter on your keyboard, and then it asks for the width, and then you are entering 20. Then here the program calculates the area, and then it displays the area of the rectangle, like this one. The area of the rectangle is the variable area. What is inside the area variable? 200 is inside, because it multiplies the length by width. It's 10 multiplied by 20 is going to be 200. So if this is going to be the output of your program. And the cin converts data to the type that matches the variable. That means whenever you have a data type, a variable, for example, this variable type is integer and the variable is height. So when you are entering a data to that variable, any data is being given to this variable is going to be converted to integer. Why? Because the type of the variable is integer. Even more, the cin can be used in order to input, to enter two different data into two different variables simultaneously. For example, cin double angle bracket height, double angle bracket width. So you need to type it in this way, and so you need to type multiple data from your keyboard, and they must be separated by space. Okay, then the first value you are entering goes to the first variable, and then the second value goes to the second variable. So this is the cin